Here we go! Out the way!
So hi you guys, good morning. This is your girl Cindy, and of course we're back with another video. Today's video is all about the gift wrapping and staging of your tree. Of course, a lot of us know how to wrap packages. Most of us do it probably the traditional way. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to use this ribbon that I have here. It is the ribbon that I use every year to put around my glittered reindeer hats. And I also use these as sashes to go on my dining room chairs in the dining room for Christmas. This is the only time of year that I use them. I found these, I want to say I found these at the At Home store many years ago. It was probably about 4 years ago I was in there and I found these. And so these are about 4 years old. This is probably the 5th year that I'm going to use them. But what I loved about them, I love the brown and I love the gold. You know, those are some of my favorite colors. I love rich colors, browns, golds, burgundies, you know, things like that. Which is why I decided to go burgundy and green. Last year I did the burgundy and green in the family room, and I'm basically doing that again this year. But I did put up a berry tree this year to go with that entire theme. So there's going to be some different things in there this year that you're going to see, including the berry tree is what I like to call it. So let's get right into it. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start with this box first. And on here, we're just going to, because we're going to stack these, I am not going to do your traditional wrapping. What I want to do is I'm going to just lay that underneath, because I want to create a bow that's going to drop from the side angle. So I'm going to, I want to make sure that I bring most of it to the side, because that's where our dramatic bow is going to be. And this is going to be a stackable item. Now for this, there's a couple of things you can do. You can tie this, or if you want it to really be neat, you can take this like that. You can put a zip tie or something that would tighten it, a zip tie, a rope, or in my case, what I would do is just staple it. If I had my stapler with me, I would just staple that so that it could be nice and neat and flat. When you make the bow, you have that knot, and to me, it almost distorts the ribbon, because it makes it look a little gumpy or a little too much on the side. So just for sake, we're going to go ahead and try it anyway. Let's try it. So we're just going to take it and make a nice little loop and make a bow. And we're going to pull it. And we want to make sure that this is nice and flat here, because now we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to fold it as if you was curling your hair. You know, old school, how they used to curl the hair. They just roll it up. You take the roller and you just roll the hair. Take the hair and roll it up. And we're just going to curl it like that. Now, if I wanted the gold to show, I would just kind of flip this ribbon and let the gold show. If the gold is more what you're trying to portray in this, you can do it that way. If not, you can just leave it like this. Now, I may pull on that a little bit more once I stack my boxes because I do want this to be dramatic. So for right now, we're just going to leave it. And see how pretty that is already? We just did just a simple bow. And we did it to the side, not on the top of it. Because again, this is going to be in layers. Now we're going to move that to the side. And we're going to take our larger box, which is here. And it's okay if you can't see me. You know, I want to make this video for you guys. It's not about me. It's about the content. And I want to make sure that you get, you know, you get the content of the video. Now with this, I need to see which one is longer. Because I really need a really, really long piece. I believe this may be the piece. This could be a little bit longer. Let's see, I'm going to measure that really, really quickly. Because because this is a larger box, I'm really going to need a piece that's going to drape. Okay, they're pretty much the same size, so I'm just going to go for it and go with one of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay that again. I'm going to lay that flat. I'm going to put my box on it. Because again, I don't want to and always make sure that you pick the prettiest side, not the sides where, you know, the paper is taped up. You want to pick the side where there's no tape. So again, with this, we're going to just make a loop on this one because this is the one that's going to be sitting on the floor. And the other packages will be on top of it. And all I'm going to do with this is, just for right now, I'm just going to leave it like this. If you can see that. Because I'm going to come back with that bow and add that bow into the entire knot to create that bow. And I have to do that by using additional ribbon. And so all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and make my ribbon, my bow. And at this point, I don't care if the gold show. I think I'm going to do a 3-tail. Let's see if I want to do a 3-tail. No. It's important that you get it right. You know, you can't, you have to make sure that you get it right because bows are very funny. You want to make sure that they are gorgeous when you make them. So now I'm going to take that bow, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed that bow into whatever the knot. Well, it's not a knot yet, but I'm going to feed it into that ribbon. I'm going to pull it tight, and I'm going to gently pull that into a knot. so that it can hold. And then here, I'm just going to fix my bow. I'm going to fix the tassel. And then here I am going to, you know what? I may leave the gold out this time. I'm going to leave the gold out on here, just to be dramatic. Just to be dramatic, because we have a lot of the brown already. And that'll give it some variance to your bow. That way the bow is very dramatic and it's sitting. And you can already kind of get an idea of what this is going to look like if you see it here. You'll get an idea of what it already looks like. And so we're going to make the third box, and we're going to finish that. And I think with this third box, what I'm going to do is, let's see if I have enough ribbon for this. I may or I may not. Let's see. Let's just see if I have enough to do the old traditional fold. I think I do. Now, I could add something to this just to make it pretty on top. Like, you can add an ornament to it. You can add some kind of tree branch. You can pretty much add anything you want. I'm going to turn these bows on the outside to the gold part and let the gold show. And all you want to do is you want to make sure you flatten that out as much as possible, because anytime you take that trifold down there and crisscross it to do the four-way ribbon tie, it's not going to lay as flat as you think. So if you're staging something, always remember that if you do the four-way tie, then, you know, chances are wherever you sit, it's not going to sit. You know, it's going to be rocky. It's not going to be unique. But I'm going to put that up there. And then, let's see. I just want those curls to kind of stay in there. But sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. I'm going to pull that up front to you so that you can just get the effect and see it of what it would look like. And then what I did was I made sure that the lines are all lined up together. You want to make sure that they're all lined up. They're lined up from the back, but from the area that, you know, from the front where it's going to be staged, you want to make sure. Now, here's that bow that I did at first. Remember I said I was going to come back and tug on it a little bit. And that's what you want to do. You want to tug on it just a little bit so it can hang, you know, just the way you want it to hang. Now, these, I can turn those back in, turn them around if you like. It's your, you know, it's the preference of you know, the homeowner, the customer. You know, I love the bows that have the inner color to them or the inner fabric, because they're versatile and you can use either side, which with this bow, it's very versatile because I can use the brown on the outside, or I can always opt to turn it inside and use that gold, or just let the gold show from the outside. Now, depending on how you like your bows, you may like them loose, you may like them a little bit more, you know, completed. But that is it, you guys. That is how I stage a package that will go under my tree. Now I'm going to take this same package and I'm going to show you what it looks like with the gold, a gold ribbon on it.